Imagine for a moment you're taking a merry trip up the Ruzizi River. All that's protecting you from the dangers of African waters is a flimsy canoe. You've heard stories, terrible stories, of a larger-than-life beast lurking, possibly, below you. All of a sudden, the waves around your boat now seem to be directing their energy right towards you. You're stunned, unable to compute what is happening. From the depths of the river, a monster is surfacing, so large it parts the water just as Moses did. It is a hippo. You breathe a sigh of relief. Hippos are in fact dangerous, but it could have been a lot worse. It could have been Gustave, the crocodile. No! Gustave was, or maybe still is, a crocodile that did/does inhabit the waters of the Ruzizi River and Lake Tanganyika in Burundi, a country located somewhere around here probably. Now this alone shouldn't be strange. There's a fair few gigantic murderous reptiles that can hide in a puddle if they so please. What's the big deal with Gustave over here? Well, the big deal is, for one, his girth. He is extraordinarily large. His exact length is unknown due to the fact he's been very uncooperative with any tape measures. See, he just ran away. You thought he was going to turn around and eat the guy. No. See, Gustave, he is just misunderstood. Oh. Anyway, the baseline answer for his size is around 7 meters long and 1,000 kilograms. For you Americans watching, that's about 6% the length of a football field and roughly 3 and a bit barrels of oil. Funniest thing is though, that is the small estimate. Others say he's up to 9 meters long. Gustave wasn't just famous for his status as a beefy boy, no. It was the fact that as a certified big chungus, his diet had changed considerably. Like the noble Titanic, his considerable size meant he was not nimble enough to do the things he should have been able to do. Animals like fish and antelope that were often hunted by the other crocodiles were no longer on the table for Gustave. He would have to find a new food source. So, like any good politician would, he made his solution resolve around terrorizing everyone else. The first obvious answer would seem to be buffalo. They're big, relatively slow compared to the nimble antelope and zebra, and they have a lot of that's quirky. Humans eliminated them all from the Ruzizi River banks. I'm sure that won't have any consequences in the future. So, with multiple doors closed to him, Gustave at some point thought, I shall instead have to hunt animals which are big, slow, and have a good amount of juicy meat on them. Entering from the right, the forbidden water cow. Yeah, he eating hippos. If you know much about hippos, and I mean what hippos truly are and not their glorified deceptive images in media, you know they are goddamn terrifying in every way, shape and form. And Gustave hunted them. Oh, and when I say hippo, I mean adult hippo. He went after the grown-ups. Speaking of grown-ups, Adam Sandler was in that film. I swear to God, I'll rip it out of you! And Adam Sandler is a human. And Gustave reportedly ate about 300 humans during his rampage. See, humans fell into Gustave's food pyramid because of how ridiculously easy we are to hunt. We're both slow to react, slow in general, and can't fight back in the absolute slightest. We are just kind of pathetic when compared to any other animal. What in the world could go wrong, said Gustave. The virgin human gets shot, dies. The Chad Gustave gets shot 3 times and apparently hit by a bloody RPG. Lives. Exacts revenge. The RPG one may not be true, but he did have 3 gunshot wounds, and that's 3 more than most people outside of America. So bullets can't stop Gustave. And that's pretty bad, because our best solution to a problem is the gun. And now it isn't working against a crocodile that is continuously hunting people. No, in order to stop Gustave, we apes decided to stop using our hit things very hard monkey brains and started using our advanced human thinking brains to create a plan to trap this beast before he strikes again. Introducing a cage. During the Capturing the Killer Croc documentary, a project was led by this man, Patrice Fay. This Frenchman lived in Burundi for some time, capturing and re-releasing crocs in safer areas, teaching children how not to get eaten, that kind of fun, wholesome stuff. He had wanted to trap and imprison Gustave for his crimes some time ago, and now he had the perfect opportunity. This is how it normally works with crocodiles. Once you've killed a human, you get put on the crocodile naughty list. This will lead to a man, normally in shorts and sometimes with a funny hat, coming out to meet you and being like, "Oi mate, time to go to a place where there's no people to kill? Or maybe a zoo?" You obviously resent that proposal, fight, normally lose, get taken away, job's a good un. Or you get shot. Yes, the plan was to save Gustave. This was a rescue mission for a murderous crocodile. To be quite frank, I would have put him in the goose stove. See how he likes being eaten. Anyway, what happened in the battle between a Frenchman and a large crocodile? After being located, the cage was brought to Gustave's river. It was set up on the river's edge and baited with blood and a cow's head. How they could be certain this would attract just Gustave and not literally any other crocodile, I honestly don't know. They never really explained that part. Either way, this point is irrelevant. Gustave was not interested. Nights went by, and the cage remained empty. Not even smaller crocodiles went into it at all. Upon realizing the original design wasn't going to work, the collective genius of all of mankind once again came together to find a solution. They put a goat in the cage! Surely the proposal of a live meal would entice Gustave, causing him to let his guard down, enter the trap, and the killer crocodile would be captured. Another W on humanity's record when battling with nature.
Morning brings disaster.
Oh, Patrice, look at this. I can't believe what's actually happened after all our effort.
Yeah, unfortunately for mankind and goatkind, it was not meant to be. Either due to a storm that happened on the final night, or maybe even Gustave himself. The cage was found, partially submerged, the camera had been broken, and the goat was depleted. And you may be thinking to yourself, why not try again? Well, due to some political instabilities, let's call them, the scientists had to leave Burundi rather quickly. All that work and Gustave was never caught, and more interestingly, has never officially been sighted again. According to this article, Who Cares Burundi Part 2, Gustave reportedly took a trip across Lake Tanganyika and arrived in Zambia, where he was immediately killed. Maybe someone in Zambia had access to an Apache helicopter. That's probably the only way you could actually kill the thing. However, the fact that he's dead at all is very doubtful. You don't just kill one of the most legendary animals of all time and then not say anything about it. Don't take a photo. Don't tell a friend. Don't have any semblance of proof. Even if they didn't know the story, you'd think a disproportionately sized crocodile suddenly arriving on their shore would cause a bit of alarm, and maybe result in, I don't know, a picture! Speaking of questionable sources, I should also say a lot of the sources regarding Gustave vary. I mean, his length can change more dramatically than the Queen's proposed life expectancy. It's also not exactly confirmed if every death was because of Gustave, as he didn't actually eat the bodies all the time, he just seemed to, you know, kill them. There's actually a few interesting theories that a serial killer, or perhaps just tribal warfare, led to the deaths of these people, and then they just blamed it on the crocodile. Which is quite fair, to be honest. You can't exactly crocodile 911 in the rural parts of Burundi to get a detective team out to the body to determine whether or not a gigantic crocodile was the reason for this person's death. But at the end of the day, a white guy in a country where the most dangerous animal is probably a badger can't really say too much about the rural parts of Burundi. Maybe Gustave did kill all those people. Maybe he was legendary. Maybe he took an RPG to the side and decided that humanity needed to pay for their sins. Maybe if they hadn't killed the buffalo, Gustave would have been fine just eating them. There are a lot of maybes, but there is one certainty. You should definitely subscribe to this channel. I'm hoping to make more videos like this, and as you may have seen, the editing I use is quite, you know, a lot, so they take a time, and I would really appreciate it if, like, I've got the support off the bat. I know that's asking a lot on YouTube, but it's just one of those things, man. And if you have any critiques, let me know. More than happy to hear them out. Also, I know it may seem a bit mean to kind of, like, joke about the situation where so many people died, but they were all eaten by a crocodile, so I'd like to see them call me out on Twitter now. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic day, lads and ladies. I will see you all, hopefully, in the next one. Farewell.